Alright, got some segmented stuff today, as well as big ass chunk of flaming box elder here. So we're gonna round it off, make sure none of this flies off and hits us in the noggin. I'm gonna try to make a little bit of a deeper bowl out of this, just to get everything going, and then we're gonna move over to our segmented monstrosity here. Let me get my apron and my helmet on, and we'll get into it. What's up, Dan? Ow. Ow. you guys been up to? She's not wobbled as bad now. I think we got a lot of it centered out for the most part. And we do. She's got some crazy spalting and grain through it. Okay, so we still got to get that going. Where's some of the contents on here? Yeah, there's only like 10 likes on here. Everybody and their brother's been going live today, so people might be a little wore out. But it's good. we might actually be down to the point now where I can use my bull gouge. God, I hope. If we're not, we're still going to give it a shot. Ribbons. Ah, yeah, now we're good. Move you all over here to where you can see what the hell's going on. I got some scraps of this for resin for pin blanks. I do, believe it or not. Turn the speed up a little bit. Now I can dance. I never thought of the shavings in resin. See where we're at here. Got a little bit of spot right there I need to take out. That's saw marks, not necessarily live edge. And then I want to round this off a little bit down here. Let's go ahead and handle that real quick. Man, I got some crazy shit going on in there. still got a little bit to take out right there though. Get all that craziness out of there. I did. All right. Clean up the bottom a little bit. Put a tenon in this thing or a foot. Wow. Shit, that's cool looking. Alright, I'm gonna cut a tenon in here. There you go. All right, before we go up here and start chopping on the top of this, I am going to sand it down a little bit. I just want to see what it looks like. This shit off here. Flip it in reverse. Yeah, we got reds and blacks and blues in there. Some spalting, a couple different grain patterns. So hopefully this will look pretty cool. What's up, Mike? What's up, Big Max? How's it going? Say hello to a few people here. Mike, what's up? Oh, he's already took off. Okay. Organizing like hell. Yeah, it kind of sucks, don't it? So, let's face it. I'm a giant man child, and I have the patience of a, not a lot. I'm gonna mix up just a little bit of this shine juice to put over here on this crazy colored part so you guys can see what it looks like, because I'm curious too. Let me get a piece of paper down here. Alright. You got some red up here, and then all this crazy dark colored shit down here. And some curl in there too. Yeah, that's gonna be a cool looking bowl, man. Alright, so let's flip this over, get it mounted up in the jaws, and work on the top edge of this a little bit, and then hollow her out. I think this will be a cool looking bowl. This will actually have a little bit of size to it too. I think we should be okay there. So what we're looking at right now. Turn the speed down, see if we got a wobble. Fuck no, we're golden, boys. So, before we kick this off here, I will take a second to speak to y'all. I don't know if you guys have seen the Facebook post and all that stuff. Yes, it does look like I'm wearing eyeliner. I did put face paint on for our trick-or-treat last night because Thursday was rained out and, you know, whatever. Tonight will be the night that I will die for you. Whatever. Anyways, the channel finally hit 5,000 subs, and like I said, I'm gonna do a giveaway, but I'm not gonna do like just a giveaway. So the way that I want everybody to get into it is, last live I spoke about it and talked about it and everything like that. I lowered it down to where my lowest channel membership is $1. I do too, Mike. It kind of gets my goat. Anyways, I lowered it down to where it's $1. So what I'm going to do is once a month, every month, I am going to pull from the list of members that have paid $1. And by entering as a member, you've automatically, as long as you're a member, you're entered in every month. The only thing you have to do is be present during Sunday Spunday whenever I'm drawing. You don't have to be present for the whole thing, just whenever I'm drawing. And as long as you're in the continental U.S. or whatever, or relatively close and shipping's not through the damn roof, you get whatever I make. Could be a pin, could be a bowl, could be a crazy-ass segmented bowl, could be an epoxy bowl, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, if you get a chance, go ahead and become a member at the $1 level. I'm not asking you to become a member at like the $5 level or the $20 level or anything like that, or whatever the hell there is, I don't know. And once a month, I will be doing a giveaway to the members on here. And I'm going to do that for as long as this thing is the channel, I reckon. Without anything else, let's get into this. Oh, Soldier Farms in the house, became a member. He will be on the list, and I gotta put his name up here on the wall. I kept that bitch in reverse because I am a derelict. I forgot that I lowered the speed down too. Boys been working on that whole bowl gap thing a little bit. Big Dog Woodworking is a member. Holy shit! Y'all check in. Hurry up. We're doing giveaways on shit. Every month, at least one giveaway to members because we hit the 5K mark. Fucking look at the top of that, man. That is crazy looking. Let's see if I can take you off here for a second. That shit. Okay. It is pretty cool, isn't it, Dan? All right, I do have like a little bit of a rough spot over here I got to shape out, but I don't want to go too crazy in it because I got this void, which I'm going to go ahead and hit with some glue. Maybe. There's that. Let that circulate for a minute or dry and all that cool shit. Dude, this whole log of flaming box elder that I processed out here has to be one of the craziest logs of this shit that I've ever seen. It's got like spalting, it's got the red, the orange in it, and then it's got like bird's eye all the way through it. And it's got the curl. Like, you wait until this thing is sanded up and we get like the shine juice on it. This shit is amazing looking. I don't know if I turn my light on if it'll help you guys at all, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Maybe. Because I'm running this shit bareback and without a laptop. kind of like doing the bareback thing anymore. I don't know. Bareback. That's a funny word. Automatically takes you to high school. Bareback. So, I'm not gonna get it like that. I know that. That does. There we go. We can see it if I angle it up. That light is stupid fucking bright. Look at that. Alright, so I'm not going to blind myself anymore. I know that because I'm seeing spots now. We're going to start hauling this out. I'm going to try to get the be as cautious as I can because of this right here. I don't want to blow out this side because this has actually got a pretty good height on walls on it. But I want to get down in here and do some crazy shit and like make this a really cool bowl. So let's do that. Started off I'm gonna go with the approach that everybody likes to talk shit about, and I don't care. I'm gonna mark it out with my carbide parting tool and do some plunge cuts in here to expedite the process, I reckon. My Jesus, almost. And as always, we're going to try to save as much as that little piece of the cord, as thin as we can, in case we try to make a lid for this, because I'm a dumbass and I put lids on everything. 606 in the house, y'all. Let's go. Valhalla. Yeah, that's going all the way through too. Awesome. This right here is a bit of a pain in the ass. There's a bit of this inclusion here. Wanting to catch every time I go across it. What am I trying to do? I am hollowing out the inside of this to make a bowl. Don't like that. Once we get the inside hollowed out, because I'm only about, maybe an inch in there, and I got like 3 or 4 inches to go. Story of my life. We need to come over here and clean up this outer edge a little bit. This one, I think it's going to have more of a clean look to it. And we're going to let the grain of the wood do all the talking on this piece. Eat soup from it when you're done? Yeah, you could probably totally eat soup from it when you're done. This has got some, let me see if I can get it off of it here so where you guys can see it. Crazy, crazy looking grains and stuff through it. You know what? Hell with it. I'm a grown-ass man-child. I can do what I want. This is my shop. But we're letting that glue dry up there. I will let you all see what the hell we're working with here now that we got a light on it. This has got all the reds, the curl, and the, I always call it black, from the flaming box elder that's scattered through there. Like, look at that. Beautiful. So we're going to get back in here and we're going to get to working on the inside of this a little bit. I am going to flip my maybe my light around, possibly, to where I can see what the hell's going on inside here. I don't know, I might not. There we go. That's what I thought. some of this junk out of here so I can see what the hell's going on. That loud, high-pitched sound you just heard is where I pushed my tool rest into the side of my tailstock. Make sure that's still tight. Okay. Still got some more to go. Before it gets all the way to the bottom. I'll round off this top lip. Okay, let's see where we're at here. We are getting there. A little bit further, and then we're going to call it a wrap on the hollowed out part. Go ahead and take out the core on this. Now we can back up the tailstock. For a second, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so still need to get the outside edge of this, a little bit of love. You can see right here, this red rough spot. We're gonna do that now before we get too wild into this shit. Much better. Do 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 do. Okay, so we're gonna sand the inside of this real quick. Move everything out of the way. No, that way. On. So, why I'm sanding and we're not like getting no crazy cutting or anything like that, we'll take the time to thank my sponsors. I've got actually a few good. I've got quite a few sponsors. I have some sponsors that are phenomenal. One being Brad with Gotwood LLC, also known as TurningBlanks.net. Guy is phenomenal. Use the code WHACKER for in-store discount with him. All the others are listed in my description below here. If you got questions about any of the products or anything like that, please feel free to ask. I'll give you an honest review on them. If they are, if they leave something to be desired, I'll tell you. I've lost sponsors because of that. And even though I'm no longer sponsored by them, Find by Tool did send me this FL1221. It's a phenomenal lathe for the price. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not getting any kind of kickback on it. I don't even know if my link still works there, but it's the FL1221 on Find by Tool's website. And this thing is a beast of a lathe. BM Woodworking provided me with my steady rest and my ring mandrel, stuff like that. Company that I don't talk about a whole lot on here because they legit asked me not to is Bighorn Tool Corp. They provided me with like literally 90% of my newer hand tools that are in the shop, as well as these sets of carbides, a smaller set of carbides as well. Good, badass company. A few of the people in here have ordered some of their stuff and have nothing but great things to say about them. Check them out. I'm going to come in here. I know I just sanded that, and this is kind of a oxymoron way of handling shit. I've got a bit of a line right here, so I need to kind of fade this into here. I wasn't wanting to do that, but looks like I'm going to have to. So let's get that done real quick. There we go. Yes, I know I left that in reverse for that reason. I don't want to take any material off the outside of this, but it would take away that line where I had the shine juice on here, and then cut this a little bit to reveal that so I get that crack. So by spinning the opposite direction, I was actually rubbing against the bottom of the blade here, the carbide, and it kind of burnished away the indifference in the textures. Dirty, dusty, or grainy? That better? You are right within the blast zone, so it could very well be dusty. I'm going to clean up the little bottom of this real quick, and then we are going to hit this heifer with some shine juice and clean it up. Yeah. This thing does not want to angle. I'm sorry, y'all. Still got some cut lines right there. I don't want those. Much better. Much better. Okay. About out of this here grit shit. All right, yeah, we'll roll with that. Oh, wow. Damn, that's pretty. All right, put some shine juice on this heifer. All over this heifer. Start with the inside. This is getting on my nerves already. Probably gonna put a couple coats on here so I can shine it, you know. This is equal parts shellac, alcohol, and tung oil. Turn it down on a lower speed and let that spin for a second. While I was doing that, what y'all been up to? I'm gonna take a few seconds for this to dry up and the alcohol to evaporate and all that cool stuff. But I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the posts I've been putting down and stuff like that. The channel is growing drastically. I'm in talks with a really big name tool and machine manufacturer. Like big, like shop, every shop around the world knows the name of this. About some affiliate stuff, and one of the things that I told them is I want the codes for my viewers, and I also want some stuff that I can give away. Like, you guys are in here watching this, you guys are faithful, you're here like every Sunday that I'm doing this. I pop in live, you guys are here. I want some stuff that I can give back to you guys. So that's in the talks with them. Hopefully here in the next week or two I can release that if everything goes right, and that would be awesome. Like I said, the channel just broke the 5K mark, which seemed like it took forever and 2 days. but it's a huge honor. I already mentioned the actual giveaway rules earlier. Um, Possible for you to become a member, do that. It enters you every month as long as you're a member. It enters you in and all that cool stuff like that. And as long as you're a member, you're entered into every monthly giveaway. On the day of the giveaway, I will announce that we're doing a giveaway. It'll be the very piece that I'm making on the lathe, so stay there and watch your piece be made, all that cool stuff. And then, as soon as that piece is done, we'll announce who the winner was. And we'll do Sundays on, or spundays on Sundays, so it'll go in the mail the next day. So what we're doing now is got this microfiber towel, and I'm going to heat up the first coat of shellac that I put in here with that alcohol solution. Friction's our friend, so speed's our friend on this. Outside moves faster than the inside, so we got to turn it up a little bit and get the inside sped up. Got a good roll on this edge right here. It almost looks like glass. Yeah, hold on just a second. Alright, she got some shine on her, but typical fashion. I want more. So put some more on there. First coat looks good, so second coat should look even better. This is the amber color resin, or amber colored shellac mixed in with this. Might have been too generous with the love on the inside. Man, that's really making those collars pop. We're gonna let that dry for a second, I reckon. Yeah. Kick her down to slow speed again and let her turn for a few seconds. It'll take it 2 or 3 minutes to dry up, but once it dries up, we'll turn it all the way up, mock Jesus, hit it with the microfiber so we get a good clean burn on the outside of it and get a good even finish. And this one will be done. Still kind of tacky. But I'm really impressed with the rolled edge on here. I've been trying to get the rolled edge a little bit better. And if you can see down here on the bottom of it, I got that glare to where it's like an actual rolled edge. It's not like rounded and flat into it. It merges into the body. And compared to most of the pieces I make, the walls on this are pretty thin. I try to make all my pieces like utilitarian and stuff like that to where they can be used, but I wanted to maximize the lumber on this piece as much as I can. Like I said, I got a big ass log of this from a guy, and I processed this all down myself and everything like that. But flaming box elder is one of my favorite domestic woods, and it's kind of hard to get around here. It's kind of hard to get anywhere. And this is the first time I've seen the flaming box elder with as much as the dark color in it as it has. Alright, let's kick us up to mock Jesus and give her some love. Done. Let's get this Jezebel off here and show you guys what we got. The colors on this are crazy. They just pop when you put that shine juice on them. Got some curling up in here. The inside of it, just all the colors. Sad thing is, when you pick up this piece of wood, it's really just a crusty ass looking piece of wood to begin with, and then like inside of it, it's got all these like ooh, about dropped her. Yeah. So, yeah, I like this one. Pretty fond of it. Almost looks like a chalice a little bit. Need to put a big old mug on the handle on the bottom of it. Alright, so this next one here, I'm not exactly 100% sure how I'm going to mount it up. I got an idea of it. Like I said, got an idea. Thank you, John Haynes. Oh yeah, that'll work. Fuck yeah, we're in the gold, boys. This is a big segmented blank that I made. Consists of a lot of maple, some mahogany. Also made a lid for it. We're gonna get it mounted up here and ready to roll, and then I'll bring you guys down here. But if you guys are new to the channel or anything like that, or just stopping by, I've kind of got a thing for doing segmented stuff. It's something I really like doing. Taking flat boards, making multi-colored, multi-textured round things out of them. Turn the speed down on this, see where we're at. We're workable. Okay, give that some of that love, some of that. Bring you down here. All right, so we got I'm gonna have a base on this. It's gonna taper in around the walls. It is segmented up here, and then over here I've got my my lid for it and a piece for a knob. So let me get my helmet on, and we'll get into it. Hopefully, it don't blow up like a grenade in my face. That sucks. There's that. Here's my round. We're going to take some time to even out the edges on this and make them smooth. Getting there. Got a little bit more to take out of there, but it'll be all right. Okay, those are round up there. I'm going to work on this middle piece here and tapering that in because I want it to dip out and want to make a base for it. That's rounded, that's tapered. I need to do some work in here, and I want to put a hollowed cove right here on this edge. And then we'll get up here and start working on the top of it. Fucking turn it off. Alright, so base isn't as cool as I want it to be, but I think we'll be able to work with that. Do need to sand the living hell out of this real quick. So got to cut a tenon in here, and I want to roll this back edge off. So we'll go ahead and roll the back edge off before we start sanding. Alright, sand this damn thing. Yeah, I know that might be a weird looking tenon, but kind of like it got a trapezoid cut on the inside of it. Reason being, this is a thin base, and if something happened to where I would snap off this tenon, I'd still be able to use the outside recess on this mortise to hold this. So now we can go back in and actually sand everything up the way we want to. Cool. Ow. I'm not going to be able to put a stem in this or anything. If it starts wobbling, I'll get my my rest off here and give it a shot, but I think we'll be okay. No idea who the hell that is. So what we're gonna do, because this is already annoying me. Turn the old helmet off for a second. Oh. Just so I got a little bit of peace of mind. Being Woodworks. Look me up on that one. Alright. Let's get here and haul this damn thing out. Try this real quick so I can see the other side way better than I can see this side. I'm going to put the lathe in reverse and I'm going to cut on the back side while it's spinning in reverse. far as smoothing the walls off in here, okay, we're down to this bottom rung before we get to the mahogany base. So we can taper that off as well. What's up, Steve? How's it going? got. Big old mess in it. What we got? Damn. Let me get my gooseneck out of here. Actually, let me run this bitch back in real quick. Now we can see what the hell we got in here. Okay, I just now got to the bottom of that one. All right. Come on, y'all. 30 more likes. 200 likes. Come on. Damn, that's not too crazy off in there, is it? Ow. That hurt. Cool. Do. I spent all my money, caviar and cocaine. Me too, Dan. Me too. I'm hoping it turns out the way I'm kind of thinking it's going to. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, man. Ooh, a slippery some bitch. Alright, she's been gritted up. I think we can get by with one coat of shine juice on this. So that's what we're going to give this heifer. One coat. Looking country as fuck. Some lady told me that my segmented stuff looks like reminds her of longer burger baskets. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but they're pretty big shit for a while. I think they might still be. I don't know. Kind of took it as a comment, but I think it also might be an insult. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. All right, so we got that in there. Let's heels to Jesus and burn this coat on. Sim a little bit. Yeah, get in that hole. Cool, yeah. Do it. All right, so damn thing's bright. Here's this checkerboarded monstrosity, and we're gonna go ahead and take this piece over here and make a lid for it. And of course, we're gonna flush fit the lid to where it's friction fit. That's what I do here. Hopefully when it's done, I'll have this cool country ass little theme going all the way around it. We're going to come in a good little bit, so we got room to play with on this. Yay! Yes, I know it looks like the Resident Evil logo. Believe it or not, that's intentional. Alright, 10 more likes, people. Come on. Let's get this shit going. First thing we're going to do is we're going to shore up the back side of this, and we're going to cut a mortise in it. That way I can chuck it up and sculpt the lid for this. This is actually going to be the lid of the box, the top of the lid, the part that faces outward. Okay, we are coming loose off of our spindle back here, so we need to give that heifer a little bit of love. All right. So if you watch my channel for any amount of time, you're gonna know that the way that I do my tenons is, or the lids, the tenons on my lids, better way of wording it, yeah, is completely ass backwards from everybody else. I actually do a double tenon lid. I'll do one on both sides, that way I can sculpt it the way that I want to. And once we put this in here, this side over here will actually be the top part of the lid that's facing out. This will be the underside that's going in towards the cavity of the vessel. So we're going to round this off and shape it, but we're also going to cut a mortise in here, a decorative mortise. That way I can use it to clamp onto with my jaws whenever I go to sculpt the final bit of the top of the cap and put the knob on there. There's that. Raise that up a little bit. Got them around. Okay, now that that's stable and I know where exactly everything's at in the center, this is exactly why I do the double mortise and double tenons, is I want to know where I have to make that lip to engage with that recess. So, looks like we're going to swing about 3/8 of an inch in probably. That's going to be the first thing that we establish, and then we'll go to the actual shaping of everything inside there. See if that fits or what I need to do now. Should be close. I am like a 1/16 of an inch off. $436 in here. Cool. Yeah. Keep hitting that like button. I'll hear more. There we go. All right, now I go to, now that I got that fit, I need to make this about an 1/8 inch prouder than it is. So we'll come over to the side to do that. What's up, everybody? I'm not ignoring you. Okay, that's in there. We need to taper this down. Now we can do the part that's I consider one of my favorite parts. Is we're going to dome this and put the recess in it, and then we're going to put my maker's coin in it. Alright. We're going to make our mortise over here. cut for that. The old challenge coin. Get my might need to shape that down a little bit. Like a fucking glove, Bobby. Cool. Let's clear that out. Cool. Some sanding. Shazam, bitches. What's up, Roberto? Kim, I am from the USA. Where are you from, Kim? I'm from Ohio. Sorry about that. I wasn't ignoring you, but I'm only working on my phone. I don't have my computer up to regulate everything. So now we're going to shape the lid to fit this so it doesn't look all crazy and estranged. And I want it to, like, not necessarily be a flush fit, but I want to be able to tell that there's a lid sitting on it, not much of a dome lid. So we're going to bring this in here. Here we go, boys. Now that we got that, we're going to flip it. We're going to mount into this tenon that I cut in here, and then we're going to finish up the top. Just like that. Bitch. There we go. Is this what I do for a living? No. It'd be cool as hell if I did. I'm actually a school resource officer, and I do this in like my in my shop. Thank you, Kim. We're going to sand this. You tired? Come on, y'all, hit that like button, give me the 250. Break that record. Thank you, Ondary. Means a lot, man. Get this done, we'll do a little bit of show and tell, and then we'll wrap her up for the day. My boy Timber's in the house. Also another phenomenal turner. Okay, so let's see what this looks like before I get putting grease on it and stuff. Oh, look at that. So round, so symmetrical. It's almost like I meant to fucking do that. What do y'all think? We need a knob or no knob? Let me know in the comments. Knob or no knob? Knob, little round stubby. I'm feeling you. Give me a second. I said round stubby. Get that back. Had to grab a piece of mahogany real quick. All right, we're gonna do a knob. I need to make a hole in the center of this real quick. which undoubtedly someone will complain about this, but this is the way I do my cap, or knobs for my caps. I don't drill in there, and for two reasons. One, right there's the back of my challenge coin. I don't want to drill through the challenge coin and mess up the hole that I just made in the challenge coin I just set. So let's grit this heifer up. Might have enough on here to actually do it. I don't, because I'm an idiot. What's up, George? Nice to have you with us, man. Trabajano FP. I think Carlos just told me my work sucked in Spanish. Somebody translate that shit for me. Where am I? I am in Ohio, man. George, sorry. I'm gonna call you man. I know it's not. I'm not doing it being disrespectful. Okay. Part of our lid. Underside's got our challenge coin in it. Sits on top there. Now we're gonna make our knob that goes on there. For that, throw this drive center spur back in here. That one's pretty cool. The thing that I made earlier is my definition of beautiful, as far as woodworking goes. I'm telling you right now, I don't toot my horn a whole lot, but that thing is absolutely insanely beautiful. I'll give a little show and tell here in a second, but damn, it's pretty. I don't need the light for this to go away. There we go. Like an awful lot of damn work just to make something round enough to turn into a knob. That's all I'm saying. Don't fuck with me, Joseph. cock hair smaller. Literally, cock hair smaller. Get this damn thing over here at a different fucking angle. Little country ass knob there. See what we got going on here. Okay, she looks good. Let me anchor this and we'd be done. We'd be done. All right, so segmented candy dish. I like it. Put it up on my Facebook. And here's our project from earlier. For you guys that just tuned in, this is a big old chunk of flaming box elder that I turned into a bowl. And it's probably got some of the craziest looking grains and quilting, and it's actually got some bird's eye in it as well. Like the colors in this are just absolutely insane. Over here we got some little bird's eye and stuff in there. And yeah, all in all, it's been a pretty good Sunday Spunday. I don't know how many views I'll have on this one. If you can, like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. We just hit 5K. I'm off for the next couple of days, so I might try to sneak out here and do another live. Surprise the hell out of everybody. Unusual texture. What do you mean unusual texture? That it's flaming box elder. It's kind of like, I mean, it grows everywhere in the U.S., but it's really kind of like native to like down here, from what I've been told, and I could be wrong on that. But it's that's all natural coloring, and the spalting and the lines and everything, and the curling, that's all from the tree. It's one of my favorite woods to work with, and it's getting a little bit harder to get a hold of. Flaming box elder, yes. It's getting a little bit harder to get a hold of, especially around here. I don't know if people kind of like wisen up to what it is and they're not just burning it anymore, because it's honestly just if you don't know what you're looking for, it's a very ugly tree. I think I've heard it called Manitoba maple before or something like that, but it doesn't really have the as much as the red going through it or the crazy black grains. But yeah, it's a little bit of a wood lesson. That's okay, Dan. I'm getting ready to jump off here in a second. Anyways, I'm getting ready to go and hang out with my wife before she goes to work on Sunday. Like, subscribe, check out the channel, please, if you could. Like the video, get me the old 250 mark, kind of help a brother out. Consider becoming a member. When you become a member, come in at the $1 level. Don't go to the higher levels. The $1 level, get your name on the wall up here, and it also enters you into the monthly contest for a giveaway, which I'll probably end up doing that this coming Sunday and give people a little bit of time to join up and all that stuff like that. Consider becoming a member. There's a few perks into it, all that cool stuff like that. I'm not going to be the guy that this kind of member gets this kind of member gets this, and this kind of member gets this. If you're a member, you're a member. That's it. Got a Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that cool stuff. Every once in a while, I go live on TikTok. That's kind of new to me. So if you're on TikTok, you see my big ugly mug over returning some shit. Check it out, like it, all that cool stuff like that. Other than that, it is Sunday. It is getting late. My wife has got to go to work here shortly, so I'd like to go hang out with her before she goes to work. Peace. Love y'all. God bless. I'm out. We know you like the level you're at, Mike.